thanks for coming on here. And if you can you introduce yourself, your grad year, and your position, and where you're committed to?
All right, so my name is Casey Cruz. Primary first, secondary second, 2026 graduating class, and I'm committed to Freed-Hardeman University.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, um, with this whole process, like what made you want to work with us instead of kind of handling the process on your own towards the end?
Um, Felt like you guys did all the hard work for me. Like you got like that list of schools. You reached out to the coaches, like you helped with the social media stuff, that we had like no idea how to do. So yeah.
Okay.
And
I
I'll just add to that really quickly. So Casey's obviously our only son, and I feel like if I had to do this all over again, I would know so much more. Just the learning process has been incredible. But Casey's personality is he's super introverted. Like he's not the type that's going to market himself on Twitter and Facebook or just all the social media, Instagram. So I think that was a huge learning point for him, is just that a large part of recruiting takes place on social media. So that was our biggest, I feel like, takeaway. And also just prepping for calls was super invaluable. So the whole process of learning what to say, how to drive certain points, how to ask questions, how to come across as confident. So anyway, I just wanted to add that.
yeah, no, I really appreciate that. Yeah, so I mean, pretty much before signing up with us, like what were you guys currently doing, and what wasn't working, what was working for you?
We weren't
We
really
weren't
doing
doing anything,
anything.
yeah.
So I mean, Casey had gone to like maybe two prospect
Yeah,
camps,
just a
once
couple
as a
camps.
sophomore,
Yeah.
once as a junior. And I think we were really betting on the summer of his junior year being a time of exposure, but his injury totally prevented that.
Yeah.
He was injured for half of the summer. And so what we thought was going to be a period of talking with coaches and meeting, different people that would give us connections actually end up being super stagnant.
Yeah.
So that was about the time when we reached out to you guys, and it gave us a sense of control because we realized that a large part of the recruiting process actually doesn't happen going to showcases and going to tournaments, at least not for Casey. It hadn't produced anything. So a large part of our takeaway was that the recruiting process happens behind the computer screen, behind the phone, texting, setting up phone calls. Like that really was a huge ammunition that we didn't have and didn't know about. So Casey didn't even have Twitter, so or X. So
Right.
that was all new.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy thing to really know. No, I feel like no one really tells you.
No.
I get on calls with families all the time, and they're shocked on what I tell them. It's like, wow, I guess no one's really telling families. But as soon as you guys did sign up with us, like, you know, how soon did you start seeing like things start to move in the direction of like, getting an offer?
Um, Honestly, like what really grabs my attention is right when I saw that list. It was like the detail of it, like that had like all my strengths, why I'd be a good fit. I mean, it was awesome. That was it for me.
And I think also just to add, like there wasn't just a list, but there was also an action plan how to get in touch with each of those coaches.
Yeah.
And the exciting part too was kind of like Casey would share with me what he was getting back in terms of messages on Twitter. Let's like the Florida Southern, when we talked to the Florida Southern coach, like he was super pumped. That was, I think, his first conversation where he was like, felt very encouraged, hopeful that there was an opportunity. There was dialogue, there was discussion about like how he could help the team. So it kind of made it very real and tangible. So that was, I think that was really the first point. We had our first coach phone call,
Yeah.
where we were like, this is real. This is going to happen. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the first phone call is always tough, right? I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's always tough. What would you say, like with our program, was like the most benefit for you for the recruiting
It's
process?
like I never like really knew like the importance of like what reaching out to a coach is before a camp. Like I always thought you just fill the form out online, just meet the coach there. Like it's really beneficial just to like, reach out to the coach and then ask like what are your needs, and then what do you see like in myself that could help benefit your program for sure.
And I would add too, like the prep calls with, who did you do your prep calls with? Was it Rob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I was in the kitchen when they were doing their prep calls. So I overheard a lot of like what they were talking about. And he was exceptional. Like he would not only explain to Casey, like, this is what you need to say, but this is why you need to say it. And in addition to that, they would actually practice. He's like, okay, so let's run through this really quick. Let's stage a little mock interview here. And they would go through it. And I think that was super valuable because after every conversation that they had, every mock interview, he would go back and say, why don't you think about saying this in this way? Or even like tone. My background is speech communication. So why don't you use this tone? You know, you need to come across as confident, as calm, as, you know, as someone who knows what their goals are. So I think those prep calls to me, like, because that's my background, that was probably the most valuable part of the program for sure. And he did an awesome job.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, we like to over prepare you for every call. Like, there's so much information we give you, but like honestly, I personally agree with you in our whole process. I think the prep calls are the most valuable.
For sure.
I really do. It's just because like if you say the right things and you are confident on the call, like you will get something to have happen. Like the coach will then believe that you're the player that he's looking for, right? So we think it's super, super huge, and we continue to do it with every guy before every call. So, you know, I know you had the injury, but like, what other challenges did you have, like, with this whole process before?
It just felt like it felt pretty like stressful in terms of like I need to like get going. Like it felt like I was at that time, you know, a couple kids around me starting to get committed. I was like, I need to start making a move now before before sprinting. I want something that I can like go. I want a school I can go to pretty much. So yeah.
And I think that's social media too, like especially like what you're seeing right now is you're seeing a lot of 2027 announcements about recruitment. And that, frankly, when you see that as a 26, you're like, what is happening? I am so behind. Like, and I know those are a lot of like very big D1 schools, but it still causes a lot of anxiety of just about, like Casey said, there's such a pressure and just really not being connected. I think that was another thing, just not having connections, you know. Casey plays for a very small, and we love our travel team, South Florida Giants, but it wasn't like a huge national program like Canes or a program like that where you have tons of exposure and tons of connections. It was very small and in-house, which is one of the reasons we chose it, but it also didn't provide a lot of connections in terms of recruiting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And honestly, I think the best thing for players too is building their own connection with someone else's, right?
Yes.
Like, I'll be honest, the school you committed to, like, we didn't have a connection with them, but you can build it, right? Build it with that coach, really show that you wanted to be there. And, you know, guess what? Now you're ending up, you're going there and you're super, super happy about it. So walk me through that process, right? When you got that offer, like from the coach, like what was that feeling like for you?
I was pumped to be honest. I was uh I was really happy about it. Gave me a nice scholarship too with it. So you know, I was happy. I thought it was a school that would fit my needs. It checked off all my boxes that I was looking for. So yeah, I was really happy about it.
Awesome. Yeah. And, you know, as his mom, you know, when he got that offer, like how excited were you for him?
Oh my gosh, I was, you know, since Casey was little, his dream is to be a baseball player for as long as, you know, life will allow it. And I think too, what made it really special was that that was one of the very first prospect camps he went to the year prior. So he went as a sophomore, or he went as a junior, and then he went as a senior. So this school had been on our minds for a really long time. And you know, we have a lot of family that's attended this school. And so it's Casey's kind of a legacy. Not only is he going to be playing baseball and studying there, but he's also going to be following in the footsteps of a lot of his family members that have gone there too, which is really special. So,
Wow. Yeah. I don't even think I knew that. That's awesome. I didn't even realize that, you know, you got some ties to it.
yeah, we have like an old black and white picture from 19, what is it? 19, I think it's from 1918, and Casey's great grandfather coached there in 1918. So it's pretty cool, like to look at that picture and kind of connect past, present, and future. I just thought it was neat. Kind of gave me goosebumps. So
that's really awesome. Wow. Man, I didn't realize that. That's so cool.
yeah, I'll have to send you the picture. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So Casey, let me ask you this question. If you were to talk to a teammate or a friend about, and they're on the fence about joining, you know, our program, what would you tell them?
Well, I got a lot of teammates right now that are once I committed, like you can tell like they're very like nervous about the process. They're like they're scared that they don't have like a ton of connections. I would just say like you guys got so many schools you guys know, like you got connections. Like we were like talking about a list of schools, and then I think it was Rob that was like, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with that." I'm like friends with that assistant coach. So it was like, yeah, it was awesome. So it definitely would tell a teammate, but like just with the connections and everything. So yeah.
And
Awesome.
I think I would tell parents, like, I feel like what it does is it gives you a sense of control, because in like the recruiting world pre-Sparber, we felt a lot of chaos and just uncertainty and no clear direction. So I think having a list of schools, knowing how you're targeting them, knowing there's a plan in place for communication. And you said that to us several times, like, just trust the process. Like, we have our process.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you said that to us like 3 times. So having that sense of like control, direction, really brings, I feel like, a sense of peace that we didn't have before.
Awesome. And if there's any other thing you would like to say about us or the company, and would you recommend this to other people?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very beneficial. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, agree.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I appreciate, you guys hopping on here. And yeah, so Casey, we do have an alumni program here. Okay. And our alumni program is we actually have you come into our school community. I just made it actually. So our school community is just basically like a community with like current guys, ex guys that are in the program, just talking about like their experiences, like how it went for them. And then pretty much like through college, like when you're getting ready for college, and we're not only helping you get to college, we play there. So we can help you through like, yeah, what is it like in the summer? What is it like in the locker room? Like, what is the work it's like? Like, we want to be able to mentor you through that whole process because it can be scary, right? So don't think that we're completely done here. All right. So
yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
Perfect.
no problem. All right, awesome. Yeah, once again, I appreciate you hopping on here with me. You have the school link that you can join in. You have Trust Pilot, and now you have your training courses. So I think
Perfect.
all taken care of at this point. You guys, if you guys have any other questions for me, let me know.
Okay, awesome. Tell Rob, thank you so much. We really appreciate him and just the whole staff.
And Corey.
And Corey. I know there's a lot of other people too that are behind the scenes, so we're grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely tell Rob and Corey. They'll be super happy to hear that. So
good. Awesome. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be in touch if we need anything. And thanks again for everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good one.